Yeah, we'll be live in a minute, guys. So if you need to get your noses picked or anything like that, do that now. Hello,
Scratch my
everybody.
arse.
Yeah, scratch your ass. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Dynamic GT League's admins announcements for January 2023. Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, you guys.
Hello.
Okay, want to quickly.
See how Ray replied to that.
Hello. Just want to quickly mention Happy New Year to everybody. Hope everybody's had a good Christmas. And if you haven't, don't worry. It's not the be all and end all. We've always, no matter what happens, you can always have Toblerone. Now fantasy Ray's looking for his chocolate now. Okay, a few things that we're going to be looking at, talking about this evening. We're going to try and get through this as quick as we can, but we're going to be chatting a little bit about the ARC. We're going to be revealing what the ARC fuel and tyre wear setting is going to be. We'll talk a little bit about the Toyota, I think, for next season, and we're going to answer some questions that have been put forward. Before we get into all of that, though, I do just want to mention while you guys are here, congratulations to Ray and Kirsty for shagging like rabbits and now having twins on the way. So congratulations, Ray. Kirsty, I feel sorry
you.
for you. What have you let
Sound
him do to
proofing.
you? Yes. Well, you see, I'm thinking that when you were younger, you must have had socks and socks and small socks because you got super sperm going on, so your socks must have been having babies. And on that note, but anyway, yeah, congratulations, you mad bastards. Okay.
Thank you.
SGP, you mentioned that we should go through the questions first that have been put forward, I believe. I do want to say as well that if anyone watching this, if you have any questions as we go along, feel free to ask. Ray will keep an eye on those, but don't be surprised if he gets them pregnant. Okay, so...
Yeah, the multiplier.
Yeah. He took multiplayer to a whole new level. Okay, you're going to start off with this question. Well, actually, the ARC. What is the ARC?
Ray?
The
go
annual
2x2.
Rivals Challenge.
Oh, he's remembered it. Go on.
So, what is the annual Rivals Challenge?
That's where Boost is off. Slipstream thinks the minimum. Or real. Sorry.
Real.
And it's where we kind of see like where we are after a year of racing, and you can see if you're getting better or shitter.
Yep.
Basically.
Yep. Anybody want to elaborate?
Yeah, so like some people might go, what's the point of me racing with boosters on? But it's more, we call it Annual Rivals Challenge because you'll be kind of racing your rivals, the people you're used to racing, and seeing how you fare against them, basically.
Yes.
So that's hence the name.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things. It's not going to be sort of like, I try and pick on someone. It's not going to be necessarily Rich Blues trying to be SGP. He might do it, but more than likely, Rich Blues is going to be racing around Jimmy, Gary, that kind of thing.
Pal.
Yeah. You watch out, it's been quick in the Toyota. SGP, you want to add out?
Yeah, the other thing as well is with our normal league racing, strategy is very difficult to do because of having boost on. So having no boost, it brings strategy into it. So you could have some drivers that are not as quick, but might be a bit more cleverer with their strategy. So they might not be as consistent, or they might make a mistake, but they might be able to capitalize on a strategic pit stop here and there.
Okay. Next question then. Can there be an ARC with the strongest boost instead of no boost?
No, I don't believe we could do that, but that's where we do the Dirty Championships, where we do have strongest boost on. So the strongest boost is more for the Dirty Championships. The ARC is more kind of real racing, real world, real settings, more or less. And that's why we do it once a year. Whereas the maximum boost we'll probably do 2 times a year, sometimes more.
Okay. Next question. I don't know if Ray and Steve want to add into that. I don't know whether they think, you could do it with maximum boost at some point.
Nah, it'd be pointless. That's bunching everybody up.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. How can you get a comparison against your rival if boost is involved? Okay, next question. We're going to ignore Steve F1. So next question. Welken bil Alvander vi pas torsdag?
Don't have a clue.
Lamborghini Group 4.
Good answer. The question was, which car are we using on Thursday? So the car for the ARC is the Lamborghini Group 4.
A little hint as well for Jason is it's the car I did delivery for.
Well, yeah, that's a good point actually. If Jason
A bit of a
was the one-
giveaway.
yeah. So yeah, it is the Lamborghini Group 4, and just so you know, it is only one race. The ARC is only one event. So anyone that was thinking that the Lamborghini Group 4 is the next championship car, it's not. Okay. Steve F1, what time of day is the race at Spa? I ain't got a fucking clue. I've only just got home from a week away.
I have no idea. Close, I don't know.
Go on,
Genuinely don't
have a
know.
guess.
Ray knows.
Closest fine weather, I don't know, midday. Or closest to midday fine weather setting.
I ain't got a clue.
When is it, Ray?
I'm just looking to see.
See, none of us
Discuss
know.
that.
None of us. We ain't got a fucking clue, guys.
I did check what all of the sessions have been run on when we were testing tyres to give us a more. There's no point in doing tyre tests if you're going to keep changing the time of day and the different weather types. So we have been keeping to one time a day. So potentially, or in my mind, we should run with that time of day. Agreed or not agreed?
I wasn't listening, so yeah.
It's not.
So should we run the same time of day as what we've been using on all the ARC practice and tyre testing?
I would say yes, because when it comes to picking what tyre settings we're going to be having, that's relevant to the time of day that we were doing a bit of testing.
But also the tyres react to the different temperatures of the day.
Yes, well,
so
that's why I would agree to, because if you run it at colder temperatures, the tyre work will be very different. I do want to talk about
what time have we been running it then?
I ain't got a clue.
Right?
What time have you been running? I think it's closest to midday. Wait there, boys, at Spa?
Yeah.
I did say before we came on, Ray, I said, remember this time of day and this weather? And you went, yep, right. And you've forgotten.
No, it's busy doing other things.
Yeah.
Is that
12 o'clock, midday, fine
I
weather.
got it right.
Okay. So there you go. That's the time of day it will be. Also want to just reconfirm there are going to be 2 tyre types available. There's the racing mediums. No, sorry, the racing soft and the racing super soft.
yeah.
What I will say about that is we've been wanting to be able to use different compounds for quite some time, but with the boost on, it kind of negatively affects the benefit of having different tyre types. So the ARC is the perfect event to give it a go, see how things are, and see if we maybe can introduce it again in another league race campaign. But it would have to be the right car, the right tyres, the right tracks, because otherwise it'd be absolutely pointless having all the tyres available because of the way the settings are. Okay, Ray, question to you. How does the game work with qualifying tyres and race tyres? Now, see if you remember what we did before Christmas.
Yeah, we tried to test it. I can't remember what it did. That was Christmas.
Now, Steve F1 wasn't there when we
I
tested.
wasn't really sober.
Well, that is true. SGP, do you remember?
Yeah.
Okay.
So basically, just to confirm, it's not a qualifying tyre and a race tyre. Both tyres could be used in either qualifying or the race. So it's not a qualifying tyre and a race tyre. But if you wanted to qualify on one particular tyre and start the race on a different tyre, there is a procedure you will need to be aware of, and that is before the end of qualifying, you need to choose the tyres you want to start the race. Once qualifying is finished, whatever tyres are on your car, that's the tyres you're starting the race with.
Yeah. You don't have to get back out on track. You just have to
No.
have got back into the.
Confirm your tyres choice.
Yeah. You don't have to drive back to the pits. You can exit back to the pits, but again, don't press the red X. So yeah, you can qualify on each tire, on either tire. You don't have to use both compounds. There's no regulation to that either. Although when we eventually get to GT7, that is a feature that is available on GT7. So it could be something we look at doing more on GT7 than on this. Okay. Any other questions that anybody has?
Rich asking who built the Ark. Was it not a suggestion from ArtPal? So ArtPal.
Well, I thought it was Noah.
Yeah, I thought it was Noah as well.
Yeah. Or was it? Oh, what's his name? Oh, TV guy.
TV guy.
Steve Carroll.
Steve Carroll.
I was trying to think of the character name, but I couldn't. So yeah, okay. I do have a question to you three. Why are we doing a random selection of what the tyre wear rating is going to be?
It's to stop people, including ourselves, from testing. It's a one-off race. You don't want people testing for weeks with it to get the strategy. So having two different tyres and random tyre wear and having it like 2 days before the race means there's an element of randomness to it. So it stops anyone gaining a big advantage by doing lots of days. Yeah.
Any other reasons?
Because we can. And you like playing with your balls.
True. But not usually in a cage. It's usually in a basement. Well, one of the other reasons that no one is sort of hinting at is so that, I mean, Steve is right with what he said, but also it is so that no admin could have an advantage or a disadvantage, because we have no idea what tyre wear rating it was going to be. It's kind of a catch-22 situation. If we just picked a setting, it could hugely benefit one person over another on how they look after their tyres or don't look after their tyres. So doing it randomly, all of us are in the same position. Is there anything else that you want to touch on before we do the random selection and then waffle a bit and then go and actually see how bad the tyres are?
Just like the ETL penalty is strong, that's just to because we're not going to police it, so we'll let the game police it, and that way if people are going to think, oh, I'm miles behind it, I'll just cut the corner, they will get a penalty, and you'll have to slow down and whatnot.
Yeah, I'm sort of potentially leaning towards whether we could perhaps bring that in for one of the main championships. Reason being, we drove Red Bull Ring a little bit last night, and it reminded me that the last time we raced at Red Bull Ring, we did have quite a lot of cars off track, and maybe it would help us in that we don't want to police it, but maybe there's a way that we can get the game to help us with that. But that's something that could be a topic of discussion with the drivers going forwards. Okay.
It would be interesting to know what the drivers' views are after the Ark race. So we can make a decision for whenever.
Yeah, because what we wouldn't want is people it's always been the case, we don't want people getting penalised for something they shouldn't get penalised for. That's why the collision penalties isn't on.
Just for clarity, because there might be some drivers that have never experienced the penalty structure for ETLs on the game, because we hadn't until we'd tested it. So if you've got somebody listening now, how would you try and explain it to them? What happens if they do an
Top
ETL?
fucking corner. That's how I'd explain it.
Yeah, but what does it mean if they get a penalty? What's that penalty entail?
Then they've been a naughty boy.
It's a
Yep.
timed penalty which they have to slow down throughout during the race.
Yeah.
It's
So-
not anything we add. It's the game, and you've got the time penalty comes up in the middle of your screen or the top of your screen, and you've got to try and get it down. If it's the last lap, it will just take time off at the end of the race if you've not got it completely gone. It won't.
Yeah.
It doesn't DNF you from the game if you keep going and you don't take it down. It just adds it on to the end as well.
If I remember rightly as well, if you don't remove the penalty before the end of the race, when you do cross the line, it's actually a higher. Is it a higher penalty it gives you?
It rounds it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rounds up to the nearest second. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Right. We have just had a comment on the YouTube channel from someone called Mr. Original G Spot. I've tested high tyre wear. There is no difference between the wear. Tyre wear is too much and you will go backwards. Now, the reason I've mentioned that now before we do the selection is because in the highest tyre wear that we could possibly end up with from this ball shaking today, you can get about 5 laps out of the super soft tyre, and you're not going to get much more out of it than that. It's because 5 laps around Spa is going to be 10 to 12 minutes, and that's more than enough to do a 3-stop race.
You are expected as well, though, on that super soft tyre in those 5 laps to lose about 2 seconds per lap of pace.
Yeah.
That is what's going to happen on those tyres.
Yeah, they will go off. Now, with the soft compound tyre, they will go a little bit longer, but their pace will also drop off substantially. So on the highest rate of wear, if I remember rightly, we sort of looked at it and thought, I think the super softs might do a 3-stop. You could try a 2, but you're going to be slow. And on the soft tyre, you'll be looking at a 2-stop to be quick on it.
With the random strange person that's going to drive very, very cautiously, looking after the tyres, they might, but I doubt it, do a 1-stop.
On the least amount of wear, then the super soft tyre may make 20 minutes, but its last 5 to 7 minutes of that will be very, very slow. So somebody on a brand new set of super softs will be 7 to 8 seconds a lap faster than someone on old tyres. So although you may have tested it and thought the tyre wear is quite extreme, what I would perhaps say there is don't treat them so badly. Also, if you try doing qualifying lap after qualifying lap after qualifying lap, you're just going to go slow. You're going to kill the tyres.
Also, what you'll notice during the race is if you're following somebody, let's say, for instance, it's me following Demon R, and I decide to pit 1 lap before Demon R, because of the way the tyres drop off, Demon R could end up having his next lap 2 or 3 seconds slower than his previous lap, but I might have my lap 2 or 3 seconds faster or even more than my previous lap. So when Demon R pits, I've got about a 7-second undercut. But come the end of the race,
You could lose that.
I'm going to be struggling for the tyres. Yeah. So
And also, sorry, carry on.
Go on.
Anyone who's wondering why is the tyre wear that high, one of the reasons is because it's to stop people like myself or SGP who are good at looking after tyres just from doing the whole race or half the race without pitting, because you're going to lose what about 27 seconds in the pits, which is a lot of time. And if someone's very good at looking after the tyres, it's they're going to gain a big advantage. So we have the higher tyre wear. Yeah.
Did he going to fit through that door?
With his big head.
Who are you on about?
Boasting. I can make the tyre. No.
I thought you was doing YMCA. Right. So you lost Steve with that. All right. They're taking the piss, Steve, because you were boasting about being good on your tyres. Right. Let's
It
explain.
wasn't meant to be like saying like that, but
Yeah, it's like you're all shit, so it's to stop me.
it's what you guys said.
To be fair,
you used us as the example.
To be fair, it's no different to me saying no, we shouldn't practice, otherwise you ain't going to keep up with me.
I'm just going to say though, before you spin those balls, play with your balls, is the pit lane lost time is 27 seconds. I'm putting that out there now because we've found that out through our testing. So the other drivers that have not done any testing, it's on here. They all know now. There's 27 seconds pit lane lost time for a pit stop. So if you are off the pace a little bit with your tyres, don't worry, because if you pit, it's 27 seconds you're going to be losing. So you've got to work out the right time for pitting. So yeah,
I mean,
allow your tyres to drop off a little before you pit.
I think sort of what Steve's perhaps trying to say there is, I mean, we would recommend if we end up on the times 18 where 3 stop on super softs, 2 stop on softs, you can do it, guys. Artpal's saying it's 38 seconds, isn't it?
No, the time on the screen might say 38, but don't forget that's the time on your screen that takes you to go in, through, and out, or whatever.
Yeah.
But it's against a car that would be on a track that is also got to go round a corner and up the next bit of straight. That's going to take them X amount of time. So the time that you lose compared to another car on track is 27 seconds.
So basically, you're saying that if I'm 10 seconds ahead of you and I pit, I'm going to come out 17 seconds behind you.
Okay. Yes.
Right. Artpal's disagreeing with you, but that is something that we can confirm when we go and do a bit of practice after this live stream.
Maybe it would help if you didn't hit the pit wall on the way in.
Well, yeah, there is that. But yeah, when we talk pit lane lost time, Artpal, it is about how much time you lose or gain against the car on track, not how long it tells you are in the pit lane for. Because you can be in the pit lane for 38 seconds, but your pit lane lost time is only 27 seconds. Okay, so the balls. What we have in here is my manhood. And yeah, so
very small.
Yeah.
Can we have a zoom in to confirm that they've got different numbers on all the balls? Yeah, they're all white.
White.
Yeah, they're all white. Right, well, you'll just have to trust me that in there is 5 balls that have all got times 18 on it. No, okay, in there is 5 balls. One of them has got 14, 115, 116, 117, and 118. We're going to spin that bad boy, and the ball that pops out is going to be the level of tyre wear that we are going to endure through the arc. So are we ready for this, gentlemen?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, what I can do, after we've got the ball out, I'll put that up to the camera, and then I can show you the other ones, just so you know I haven't cheated it. Because if times 18 comes out now, you're not going to fucking believe me.
What's the bet? And he drops them all on the floor. Yeah.
Hey, mine's not like Ray's. I know how to get my balls out without making a mess.
I don't make a mess.
He knows exactly where to put it.
We've got a ball. It's dropped. Now, I'm not looking. It's going to be upside down, isn't it?
I don't see it. What is
Can't
it?
see it. It's fade.
Is that times 18? It's not zooming. It's not focusing.
Not focusing. Put it in front of your face. Put it in front of your face.
Oh, yeah.
No, up to no, in the way of your face. No, put it close to the screen. Hold it close to the screen. But cover up your face. Yeah. And then it'll focus on it, won't it? No. Is it a 16 or is it an 18?
16 or an 18, I can't tell.
It's an 18.
Fucking
hell.
It is an 18. It's weird that it won't focus on it, though.
Nah, you can't see it. It's not focusing. You might not have autofocus on.
I probably haven't. I'm not that fancy, but yeah, it's times 18, gentlemen. There you go.
You can just about make it out.
Yeah. Well, just so you can know for certain.
I want to re-roll.
Fuck off. There's
So the next one out is 15.
15. Yeah, 15.
You could tell that was 50, at least Ray could. See, you just need to have slightly blurry vision and it balances it out.
$17.
Oh, hang on a minute.
He's not got his specs on either. That's
Is that
16.
16? Is that
No, he's
16 or
18
18?
again. That was 16.
Oh,
told
you
you
got,
to
oh, you
I caught it.
got it. 14.
And a 15.
So that's the 18 again, isn't it?
That's 18.
18.
So, times 18 is what it will be. So, as you're listening, folks, remember, the recommended strategy from myself would be smash SGP off, smash Steve F1 off, 3 stop on super softs, or 2 stop on softs. But don't forget, you can mix and match. But you're probably only going to be getting a maximum 5 laps out of the super soft tyre. And if your first lap is a 121, your last lap's probably going to be a 127.
When you say mix and match, you don't mean put softs on the front and racing softs and supers on the back.
No, I mean, you can use softs at one point and super softs at another. Yeah. Okay. What else was there that you wanted to discuss? Oh, that'd be nothing then. Was there anything that you wanted to discuss about the Toyota?
There was. You wanted to discuss something.
Yeah, but you wouldn't let me.
I don't know. It's not up to me, is it? I'm only one voice out of 4.
Yeah, we'll talk about that later. Okay, for anyone that hasn't realised, you have been sent information about the next championship car, which is the Toyota 030 Group 1, which is about 402 brake horse minimum weight. It's not as fast in a straight line as the Lamborghini we're about to go drive, but it is considerably faster in the corners. It is a brilliant car to drive. And that championship will have our regular sort of DGT settings of boost on, real slipstream, stuff like that. But we'll get more onto that over the coming week. We do need a name for that championship as well. So, yeah, other than that, I don't know what else there is to mention. Don't do it, Ray. Don't you dare do it. Don't do it.
What's he doing?
He's about to... Is he going to try and make a bang? No? Oh, I thought he was going to make a bang. Gary saying, vote who has best likes on their livery gets 20 extra championship points.
Well, SGP does them all, so he'll be getting all the likes.
Well, that's true. That's true. Well, maybe in the ARC we could do a point for fastest lap.
Seeing as points don't mean anything. Yeah. Make it more I can say it. Last year we didn't do a video for the ARC.
Mm-hmm.
If we do a video this year and somebody gets the fastest lap, maybe that fastest lap should be announced on the video that such and such did fastest lap.
Yeah, maybe. It depends who does it. If it's Steve F1 with his tyre wear care, then maybe he should get the extra mention. Okay. I'm trying to think. I'm sure there was other stuff I was going to mention about Toyota, but I can't really remember. At the end of the day, the most important bit was the tyre wear selection. When does the Toyota Championship start?
The week after. So the date of that, I do believe, if anyone wants to have a look before me, because I'm
12.
12. So
Yeah.
I just opened up a calculator instead of a calendar.
Well done, well done. Yeah. It's a good job you'd get likes for liveries because you get fuck all for maths.
Yeah. Yeah, the
12.
Well,
No, the 5th this week. It's
Oh, yeah.
12.
yeah.
Next week.
Yeah. The 5th is the 12th night. That's why.
What? Oh, yeah. Okay, so in a few moments we're going to disappear off this stream. We're going to go and do a little bit of practice with the Ark. What I will say is, I know for me personally, I don't particularly want to go and just spend all night practicing the Ark.
hmm
I mean, other people may want to. Personally, I think I might need to practice in the Toyota because at the moment, Ray's been beating us, Art Pal's been beating us, Dave's almost been beating us in the few practice races. So I think I need to pick my pace up.
Quite
I'm bagging.
Hey?
sandbagging.
Yeah, sandbagging. Also,
I
quick.
think it'll be a close championship though. The Ark, to be fair.
The Ark and the
not the Ark.
Toyota. The Toyota.
Toyota,
Yeah.
that's what I meant. So,
Rich Blues, before you do disappear, no pressure, but you are the only one that hasn't got GT7 yet. If you need some help with that, let us know.
And it's in the sale at the moment, I've noticed, by the way.
Is it still on
Again.
sale, is it?
January sale, yeah. So
Okay, yeah, Rich, have a look. If you need any help, let us know.
How much is it on sale for?
Well, I'm
similar
on
to
sale
what it
for
was last time,
64.
about 35 quid or something.
34, I think it was 34.99.
Yeah, it's similar to what it was in the Black Friday.
Fair enough.
Should we start a GoFundMe for Rich? £2 each, and we should be able to get it for him.
Nah, fuck it.
Ernie Assie's,
Fluffy to buy it for him.
Yeah.
Ernie Assie's wife for pocket money.
Yeah. I mean, what I will say is we are nowhere near moving over to GT7. I've remembered what I was going to say. Okay, so right.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, Gary's just saying he needs the subscription deal. Google that. Have a look, Gary. See if it's come on. And Rich Blues is asking, when is the move to GT7? He says, I can get
Not
it,
for a
just
long
no
time.
rush. Right, we are not going to be making the move to GT7 for a while because it is not ready for our type of league racing. However, we would highly recommend purchasing it in the sale, save yourself some money, but also give yourself a bit of time to do the single player so that you can unlock the multiplayer, because you can't just get it and jump online with us. You have to do the single player to a certain point to unlock it. And then what we will do is we've already picked out a couple of cars where we'll say, right, buy this car, buy that car. They're cars you can come online with us and we can race and we can have a laugh without spending money or wasting time or getting dicked by SGP in a fucking Samba bus. Or a Sylvia. That won't mean anything to many of you, but don't worry about it. Okay, so yeah, get it if you can. And give yourself a bit of time, because we'll more than happily sit there and guide you through the single player, because I'd say probably a good 4 people at the moment have sort of said they're doing the single player, but when we've checked, they're actually not. So they've been playing it for a while, but they've not been unlocking the bits they need to do to unlock the multiplayer. So get it and get up to speed. So yeah, the thing I said, I know I remembered what we need to talk about, and that is, and this is kind of a reminder to you admins now, is we are going to have to start looking at the next championship car after the Toyota.
Oh, do you remember we had a list?
Yeah.
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 There was a car already selected for after the Toyota.
Was there?
Yeah.
Was there?
I fucking
Yeah,
remember.
we've not announced it, but we know what the list is of. We remember we had 10 cars and we all put them into votes between the admins to put them into some sort of an order. And
Well-
then it was going to be the Toyota, and then Ray went, "Hang on a minute, can't we do a road car first?"
Well, what I will say to that is, in hindsight, I think the GT40 may not have been the best car we ever could have picked, so we may have to reevaluate our list.
GP disagrees.
Well, yeah.
Thing is, I know what the next car on that list is, and once you three know what it is, then you might actually go, "Do you know what? Yeah, that is a good one to go with."
Fair enough. Well, I'm going to throw it out there. Maybe we return to a previously used car. maybe not. Right. Okay. Are we done?
Maybe.
I reckon we're done.
Mhm. Okay.
Right.
I'll load a lobby.
Have a good New Year, everybody. Yeah.
Yep.
And drink, be merry, and let's all raise our glasses to SRI, who, if he didn't think he had much time already, he's going to have even fucking less now. You know that thing called sleep? That'll be bye bye, baby, baby, bye bye. No
I
sleep.
don't get sleep. As that is.
As soon as you get one off to sleep, the other one will wake up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Michaela's up all the time, so I'm just used to it.
Well,
You have to get her to do the babysitting.
yeah. If you're gonna have that many kids, you might as well make something out of them. That sounds really bad. Right, okay. Have a good one, everybody. And we shall see you on the racetrack. See you later, guys.
All right.
Goodbye.
Hi.